All right, let's talk about the future. Specifically, the future of one of my favorite tools in the whole low-code world, Node-RED. We're going to dive into their official roadmap and really see what's coming, because honestly, it looks set to completely change the game for automation.
I love this quote. It just nails it, right? It frames Node-RED as something much bigger than just a piece of software. It's about a whole new way of thinking about how we build connected systems. It's a pretty big claim, for sure, but stick with me, and I think you'll see exactly why it's spot on.
So let's get right into it. If you're maybe a little new to Node-RED, you might be asking, what is this thing? And why is everyone talking about it? Why has it become such a big deal in the low-code world?
Okay, picture this scenario. You've got a startup. They're moving at a million miles an hour. They need to build something smart, maybe connecting a bunch of IoT devices and handling data in real time. But here's the catch. Their team is a mix. You've got some hardcore developers, but you've also got people who aren't coders. So the big question is, how do you get all of them working together on one complex tech project? Well, that's exactly the problem Node-RED was designed to crack.
And the solution to that startup's problem is Node-RED. The key thing to understand, the magic of it all, is that it's visual. You're not sitting there writing hundreds of lines of code. Instead, you're literally dragging and dropping these little blocks, called nodes, and connecting them to build a flow. It's an incredibly simple but powerful way to link up hardware, APIs, online services, pretty much anything really. And because it's visual, suddenly everyone on the team can jump in and help build.
And this comparison just lays it all out perfectly. You know, on one side, you've got traditional coding. Super powerful, no doubt, but that learning curve can be brutal. On the other side, you've got Node-RED. It's visual, it's flow-based. It just completely lowers that barrier to entry. It means so many more people can get their hands dirty and actually start building and creating cool stuff. Okay, so we're all caught up. Now for the really exciting part, the whole reason we're here. What's next? Let's peel back the curtain and look at the actual roadmap. What's coming down the pipe for Node-RED? So the roadmap basically breaks down into 4 huge areas of focus. First up, a totally modern UI. We're talking a cleaner, more intuitive look and feel. Then they're building a smarter workspace, which is all about making your workflows smoother and helping you get more done faster. Third, and this one is massive, a huge performance boost. Think faster flow execution, way more efficient data handling. And last but not least, new developer tools designed specifically for those big, complex projects where you've got a whole team working together. And you know what's really cool about these updates is that they're not just random improvements. This isn't just about making the tool a little bit nicer. No, this is about getting Node-RED perfectly in sync with the biggest trends that are driving the entire tech industry right now. First up, let's talk about edge computing. The best way to think about it is this. Instead of sending every little piece of data on a long trip to the cloud to be processed, you do the thinking right there on the device itself, at the edge. And since Node-RED is so incredibly lightweight, it's the perfect fit for running on these small devices. This means you get real-time decisions, which is absolutely critical for things like factory sensors or smart cameras. And then, of course, the other huge trend, AI. The roadmap is making it easier than ever to bake artificial intelligence right into your flows. So imagine a smart factory. The old way might be a flow that just shuts down a machine if it gets too hot. But with AI, the flow can actually learn the machine's behavior and predict that it's going to overheat and then take action before it happens. That's the kind of power we're talking about here, building systems that are truly intelligent and can adapt on their own. Okay, so we've got the features, we've got the big picture trends, but what does this all mean for you, for the people actually out there building stuff? How does this empower the innovators on the ground? Let's look at a couple of real-world scenarios. On one hand, you have a research scientist out in the middle of nowhere. With better performance in edge computing, they can now manage a massive network of environmental sensors and analyze the data right there on site. Then you've got a completely different world, a smart home developer. They can use the new dev tools and AI features to create this totally seamless, smart living space, effortlessly tying together all sorts of different gadgets and services. It just shows how wide-ranging the impact is going to be. And this is where it gets really important. This whole evolution of Node-RED isn't a spectator sport. It's an open invitation for you to jump in and be a part of it. So, what can you actually do? What are your next steps to join this automation journey? Okay, here's what you can do right now. First, get in there and experiment. Download the beta versions, play with the new features. Your feedback literally helps shape what comes next. Second, engage with the community. Seriously, the Node-RED community is fantastic, one of the best out there for learning and sharing. And finally, apply it.
Start thinking, how can I use edge computing in my next project? How can I add a little AI to make my flow smarter? Just start building.
So let's wrap this up with one final thought. The future of automation, it's not some distant thing we're waiting for. It's being built right now by a community of people all over the world. The tools are getting more powerful, easier to use, and more accessible than ever. So the only question left is, what part are you going to play? What are you going to build?